For every legendary aircraft that ruled the skies, dozens of brilliant experimental designs were left to gather dust. Let's explore the forgotten evolution of America's most ambitious aerial prototypes.
The Pioneer Era. Early attempts to merge propeller reliability with raw jet power.
We start with the consolidated Lockheed XP-81. Built for long-range escort, it introduced a mixed power design, combining a turboprop and a jet engine. Sadly, it was too underpowered. Dropping the turboprop, the Bell XP-83 moved to a pure twin-jet setup with massive fuel tanks for better range. However, the heavy design made it far too sluggish to survive. For naval use, the Curtiss XF-15C upgraded with arresting gear and a tailhook. It combined a front propeller with a rear jet, but pure jets were already making it obsolete. Shifting entirely away from standard frames, the Northrop XP-79 used a radical flying wing design. Pilots lay flat on their stomachs to ram bombers, but it proved incredibly dangerous. Returning to standard shapes, the Ryan XF-2R Dark Shark upgraded its nose with a powerful turboprop. While faster than older hybrids, it still could not match pure jet interceptors. The jet age escalation, pushing the limits of speed, odd shapes, and pure jet performance. Scaling up massively from previous fighters, the Curtiss XF-87 Blackhawk introduced all-weather radar capabilities. It looked highly impressive, but the huge frame proved far too slow for combat. Going from massive to micro, the McDonnell XF-85 Goblin was an egg-shaped jet built to launch from inside a bomber. Hooking back up mid-air was unfortunately nearly impossible. Abandoning the parasite concept, the McDonnell XF-88 Voodoo introduced swept wings to fly deep into enemy territory. It had a sleek shape, but early engines remained far too weak. Pushing aerodynamics further, the Convair XF-92A became America's first delta-wing jet. Though very difficult to fly, this bold geometric shape paved the way for future supersonic interceptors. Refining the swept wing idea, the Lockheed XF-90 featured a sharp needle nose for higher speeds. It was a beautiful twin-engine aircraft, but the heavy armor made it heavily underpowered. To solve low-speed crashes, the Republic XF-91 used bizarre wings that were wider at the tips. It even added a rocket engine for speed, but was just too complex. Moving to a cleaner aerodynamic design, the North American YF-93 introduced flush air intakes on a wider body. It was surprisingly fast, but the military ultimately chose other fighters. For ultimate carrier flexibility, the Grumman XF-10F Jaguar introduced variable sweep wings. Unfortunately, this complex upgrade created a mechanical nightmare with terrible handling that test pilots absolutely hated to fly. Instead of aircraft carriers, the Convair F-2Y Sea Dart upgraded with retractable skis to land directly on the ocean. The intense vibration rattled pilots, proving water-based jets were too complicated. The supersonic race, shattering the sound barrier with advanced materials and high-thrust engines. Abandoning water landings, the Douglas XF-5D Skylancer refined a proven delta wing for pure supersonic power. It performed beautifully and was production-ready, but was canceled to avoid a manufacturer monopoly. Upgrading to a massively powerful engine, the Grumman Super Tiger was incredibly fast and broke altitude records. It was a world-class machine that simply arrived at the wrong time. Moving the engine feed entirely, the North American F-107A mounted a strange air intake right above the cockpit. It was incredibly fast and advanced, but lost a tight competition. Pushing aerial stability even further, the Vought Crusader III added enlarged ventral fins. Many consider it the greatest fighter never built, narrowly losing to the legendary multi-seat Phantom. Shattering all previous speed limits,
The Lockheed YF-12 used a titanium airframe to hunt bombers at Mach 3. It was highly advanced, but shifting budget priorities eventually killed the project. Returning to carrier operations, the Grumman F-11BB revived swing-wing technology alongside a massive long-range radar. However, the heavy design was too sluggish, leading the Navy to scrap it completely. Modern tactical fighters. The shift towards stealth, agility, and multi-role superiority in the modern era. Stripping away weight for pure dogfighting agility, the Northrop YF-17 Cobra was a lightweight jet. Though it lost the Air Force trials, it successfully evolved into the Navy's Hornet. Attempting vertical takeoffs, the Rockwell XF-V-12 upgraded with complex wing flaps to direct engine thrust downward. The Radical system was a total failure, barely lifting its own weight off the ground. Shifting back to conventional flight, the General Dynamics F-16-79 used an older engine specifically modified for export safety. Unsurprisingly, foreign buyers refused to purchase a downgraded frontline jet. Upgrading the exact same platform for range, the F-16XL introduced a massive cranked-arrow delta wing. It offered incredible multi-role capabilities and heavy payloads, but lost the dual-role fighter competition. Focusing on extreme reliability, the Northrop F-20 Tiger Shark featured incredibly fast, rapid scramble avionics. Highly capable, it ultimately lost out to the massive political influence and sales of the F-16. Entering the modern stealth era, the Northrop YF-23 used a diamond wing profile to evade radar. It was incredibly fast and stealthy, remaining a legendary what-if in aviation history. Finally, the Boeing X-32 was built to upgrade into direct-lift vertical landings for a joint strike role. It struggled with heavy weight issues and ultimately lost its massive military contract.